Okay, guys, okay. We've actually got some exciting news for our next game.
Okay, I wonder what's next.
Now, we are actually going to Japan for our next game.
Wow, that is exciting. Okay,
I know
let's go.
we've been listening to our fans and we have heard all of their feedback, and I think we can make this work.
Maybe my Ubisoft stock that I was forced to buy all them years ago is actually going to pay off.
Yeah, they're going to be worth something when we move to a new entity.
What was that?
Nothing. We've got our female character sorted. We have 2 characters, Naoe. We just need help with the second playable character.
Okay.
The first one.
I am Hin Nakai.
Wow. That's the one. You're not convinced?
Well, let's not get too ahead of us. Let's wait till the next one, shall we?
Okay. What the hell is that noise?
Get money. It's bam, bam. She wanna flick for the gram. Plus, her baby sabe who I am, so she wanna do it all on cam. Like, hold up, sabe how to hold a pull up.
My name's Yasuke, man.
Oh my god, this is...
Wow.
Yasuke has come to save the Japanese people from the Japanese people, you get me?
Wow.
I'm telling you, the Japanese people are not going to like this. Look.
Here to embarrass these enemies, you get me?
Oh, screw them. Why is this not going to work?
Why am I not in charge of this damn company?
This is what's going to bring us back to the top. We're
Are
going to
you
make
freaking
millions of
serious?
pounds. This is the one.
Every game, we usually have protagonists that suit the setting. Odyssey, Greek protagonist. Basim, Arabic protagonist. Ezio, Italian.
Okay, well, Black Flag, he was Irish and he was set in the West Indies.
Yeah, no, he was actually Welsh, but this was during the golden era of piracy, so it made sense to the setting.
Oh, who cares? Whatever, they're all the same. Trust me. Oh, this is it. They're gonna love it.
Trust me.
We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be back. We're moving to a new entity.
Just
With I'm getting a pay rise.
I bought a Benz straight from the trap. I don't like paying no taxes. I don't need friends, solo na mami, papi.
This video is sponsored by Instant Gaming, where you can save a hell of a lot of money on so many games on all platforms. So if you wanted to buy Assassin's Creed Shadows, you could actually save 31%, but you've got new games like Claire Obscure Expedition 33, where you can get 40% off. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, 22% off. Every day they have so many deals, so if you use my link to sign up, you can take advantage of these deals. And if you want to enter yourself in the giveaway they do every month, make sure after you've signed up, you've clicked the link below that. So make sure you support this channel and check out Instant Gaming for the best deals. Now, before we get started in this somewhat review, I just want to make clear that this is a review and this isn't a review, because I've played over 30 hours of the game. I haven't completed the game, but I guess you can say this is my impressions of the game after 30 hours. And listen, I'm not just going to shit on Ubisoft as I always do, because there is a lot of positives in this game, and they have made some good games recently. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Assassin's Creed Mirage, I thought that was a good game. It was a step in the right direction. But then you also get things that doesn't help them, like they expect fans to not own their games, and they constantly release broken ass games. Star Wars Outlaws, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, it wasn't really broken, just was freaking boring. And coming off the back of Assassin's Creed Mirage, I was hoping that Shadows would improve that Ubisoft formula. Oh, really, dude? Now, there is no doubt that this is one of the best looking games I have seen on the PS5 and the PS5 Pro. And I was simply amazed by the environments, the dynamic weather system. I just spent the first 15-20 hours just absorbing and just appreciating the world building. The combat was really fun. It literally reminded me of Ghost of Tsushima. But very quickly, and I say very quickly, after 20 hours of the game, I just found myself losing so much interest in this game. I was like,
why? Why does this have to happen? I was enjoying the first 10, 15 hours.
And then it was just me trying to get through it. And I was like, it's come to the point where I've stopped enjoying this. And I cannot be bothered to do it because I feel like I've seen what this game has to offer.
Yeah.
I
did not
this
expect you.
amazing
She
dialogue.
retired for a time to the forest to commune with the birds.
I came to show Kyonyo which end of his Naginata is the point.
The story is set in 16th century Japan during the Azuchi Momoyama period, and it's a time of civil war and political uproar. The setting is unbelievable. They couldn't have done it in a more beautiful world than Japan. I actually enjoyed exploring this world. Usually with Assassin's Creed games, I get very bored and I'm like, I'm just gonna skip here. The grass moving, seeing the waterfalls, going through the forest. This is such a beautiful game. Wow. It does look very, very nice. I was hoping I was going to be somewhat interested in the story. The story just needs to grip me so I want to carry on and play through this story and get through the end.
I played it in English. This is the problem. I played it in freaking English.
You can tell in Japanese it would be so much better. Killed this deer, by the way. Okay, it's just her voice. Her voice acting is quite funny. Wow, already.
Nothing to worry about. I handled them just fine.
And then it goes back to that. But if you're gonna buy this game, play it in Japanese. There's no way it's gonna be as worse in English because that is the best way to play it. The dialogue was just so disappointing. It was so comical. There was no emotion. It was just so bad. It was bad, guys.
I cannot decide if I should be elated for the help or enraged that it's you.
Humbert, we must fight for our home.
Truer words have not been spoken tonight. Naoe is right.
For a AAA Assassin's Creed game, this series has been going since 2007. We've had some of the best stories with Assassin's Creed in the early years. The difference is absolutely incredible.
Stood where I stand now and watched my loved ones die. Betrayed by those I had called friends. Vengeance clouded my mind.
Tell me a joke.
Why must samurai always battle one another? Because there is only one way for a samurai to get ahead. Ahead.
Can you shut the up?
The story, the gripping Ezio, the voice acting was unbelievable, and with this one, it was very disappointing. Yasuke's voice acting was arguably better than Naoe's.
Thank you. What is your name?
Junjiro.
I vow to do all that I can to deserve your mercy. And your bravery.
And don't you ever run off like that again. You hear me?
Yes, Auntie Tomiko.
Easy, white chocolate. I wouldn't want you to melt.
Commercial break.
Just to let you know, guys, if you do want to support further, I'm over at Buy Me a Coffee where you can help support me. I'm trying to make it full time and I'm hoping we get there very soon. But if you want to keep it on YouTube, you can become a member where you get early access to videos, behind the scenes content, emojis, loyalty badges, all of that. Anyways, back to Shadows. Naoe embarks on a mission to recover a stolen artifact. Yasuke's story is about him coming in as a slave and Nobunaga taking him under his wing. I was thinking, you know what? This is actually going to be quite gripping, actually. This is quite cool, the way he's come as a slave and now he's going to become a warrior. I thought this story could actually develop quite nicely.
Lord Nobunaga, I do understand you.
Was I supposed to do that?
Have you been deceiving me, Father Valignano? I see potential in this man. A warrior whose spirit can inspire armies.
You could have had him as an NPC and he's like a right-hand man to Nobunaga, and then he turns and then he becomes allies with Naoe. That would have been much better than playing as him, because apart from that, for the first 10 minutes, okay, I was like, it was just all very convenient. And at the very start of the game, or the first 5 to 10 hours, the open world side activities was actually getting me interested. And I was like, they've actually changed a few things up. Okay, we're on to something. I'm enjoying these side quests. So when you break off into the open world, you will have your hideout. And at first, they've done an update now, but this was in 30 FPS and this was absolutely terrible. I hated going from 60 to 30 in the hideout. You can see the difference, it was crazy, but they've patched that now. In your hideout is where you can upgrade your weapons once you recruit these allies. And a lot of people love the fact that you can design your hideout how you like. You can customize pathways, buildings, artifacts, even cats and dogs. You can have them in your hideout. And there is so much customization to this. For me, I had no interest to do this. I thought I would really enjoy this just because I want to play an Assassin's Creed game for the combat and the story. I don't want to play Animal Crossing. A lot of people I can see will enjoy this. I can imagine they're spending hours and hours of this. There's not much to do in the hideout. There's no training, there's no combat, can't practice horse riding. You can't practice or do anything apart from upgrade and talk to a few NPCs. So I was like, why am I going to spend time here? When I was in the open world, you had these meditation quests, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, are these like the mini side quests in the game? Because I thought it would just be the meditation mini game, which at first I was a bit like, okay, don't know if I like this. And then eventually I actually loved this mini game. It was so good. I actually found myself actually closing my eyes like I was meditating. You had to go with the sound, triangle, circle, and then the down D-pad, and then the directional buttons down and left, and you'd have to press them in a sequence, and then you would go into this side quest.
What is going on?
And I absolutely loved this. And I was like, wow, there's actually some depth to this.
Nice!
And when you unlock Yasuke, you had these bow and arrow mini games that were really freaking fun. I want a bit more to the open world rather than flipping codex pages that I have to go find on top of a roof. Who leaves them there anyway?
See, there's stuff like that. Find the lost pages. Kind of like the most pointless, finding these codec pages. Like, why is this even chilling here anyway?
Then it got to me. These damn codex pages. Then you have to find these shrines and just pray. And this will then allow you to get knowledge points or increase your knowledge so that you can then unlock more abilities. I'm just finding myself doing it for the sake of it. And then when I opened the map, I was like, oh man.
I've got so many question marks to do because I'm someone that wants to do this.
A very long time. Imagine all of this to unlock. Flipping hell. I know it's optional, guys, but you want to make the most out of it.
And I really like that in the game. I love being overpowered by doing loads of side quests and unlocking the map and taking down this base. This just became so draining. And you might say this is the wrong way to play this. That might have been my mistake, guys. I might have done too much unnecessary shit before I carried on with the story. And I think that's what my mistake was, why I lost interest so much. But the fact that I have to say that to be like, by the way, don't do too many side quests. Stick with the story because you're going to get bored. I don't want that in a game like this. You want to be able to explore and go and explore the map and take down bases and get more skill points and knowledge points and unlock more gear. That's what an open world game is about, and I think I just played this the wrong way. I don't think I did. You can't say that. It's just that it's boring in the end. Just don't do too many side content.
Damn. I'm sorry.
You had these massive castles to take down. These took a very long time, but you know what? I actually enjoyed these. You had to take down the dice show to then be able to unlock the main chest, which will have gear in it. I found these incredibly fun because I just really enjoyed the combat. It's simplistic. The finishes are absolutely brutal. Naoe is the better character to play as, 100%. She's an actual shinobi. She plays like an assassin. She's quick. She could traverse buildings. The enemies are actually not too brain dead. The enemies were actually good, and And I played this on the hardest difficulty, but also the hardest stealth difficulty, which I think you should, because even if you're on roofs, you need to make sure you go prone. I love that feature in the game, going prone. It just added that Last of Us 2 sort of vibe to it. But the NPCs weren't as stupid as, say, Mirage. Don't get me wrong, they were still dumb, where I would kill someone in a bush and they're like, oh, what happened there? And you're like, didn't you just see your mate disappear into a bush? They were actually pretty hard at times. I did die quite a lot of times. Even though Yasuke is powerful, they can overload you on the hardest difficulty. Some of these videos you might have seen online of like someone going prone and they're just swiping. It's not an indication of the NPCs. That might have been the easiest difficulty and the easiest stealth difficulty, and people are insinuating that look how broken this game is. That's not the case. When I went to Yasuke, I was like, well, I actually feel like I need a break from Naoe. But very quickly, I was just like, he's so slow and so powerful, and he can't really climb. He takes so long to climb. And when I got to a building for a viewpoint, I had to switch to Naoe because he can't climb up the building, which is quite easy to switch, but I just found it very just unnecessary in a game where one character literally can't do anything and I have to switch to her. It just broke up the gameplay too much. It's like both characters should have been able to do that. Like I've already mentioned, it's the journey he goes through to become a samurai. He does it in like 10 minutes. Few days training, or it felt like, and he's the best samurai in the world. Yep, he's the best samurai in the world.
Stay down, Outlander.
24 hours later.
I will have that.
We call you Samurai.
My name is Yasuke.
He's just unnecessary to play in this game. It makes you think, why are we playing as him? He honestly feels like a PC mod. Yasuke can pick up these like vases that blow up, but Naoe can't. So then you're like, okay, some hidden caves and stuff that you need to get through, you have to go as Yasuke because you can't pick up a damn thing. The viewpoints, Yasuke can't do those, so then you need to play as Naoe. They try to distinguish the playable characters, but it just ends up being so unnecessary and just annoying. She can kill 75 men and climb buildings and climb onto this, use her rope, but she can't flip and pick up a vase to blow up this damn cave. Throughout my whole playtime I did play with him, I was just wondering, why is he here?
It was to tick a checkbox.
You're not helping your own game.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I'll be in my Ferrari.
But yeah, he's just a brutal tank. He does have some incredible finishes. Cosmetics and customization options for both characters. Even though there is a Helix store, whatever it is, the monetization where you can buy outfits, I was actually so surprised at how bad they were. Because the one, I think I got the pre-order bonus or whatever it was. Naoe's outfit looked unbelievable. So I went to the store just to be like, you know what, I want to see what other outfits. None of them for me are worthy paying more money for this damn game. They were just terrible. I don't know if it was just me, but there was like, wow, do people actually want to spend extra money to have these awful outfits? They just didn't look good. It's like you've got this sort of realistic setting in Japan, and then you've got this freaking unrealistic outfit. Even the one I was wearing, the red outfit, looked amazing, but my mount was just like a freaking dragon or whatever it was. I went back to the horse afterwards because I was like, it looks so stupid. But yeah, you can upgrade your armor, you can attach trinkets to your gear to get certain buffs. I didn't spend too much time with this as I just wanted the best gear. I guess if you're really into this sort of RPG element, you might like this, but then it doesn't feel like a proper RPG game. It feels like a story-driven game. This is what I don't get about the game. You have these RPG elements of all these buffs. I just didn't care for these because I just want a simplistic approach. Like with Ghost of Tsushima, it was so simple and it freaking worked. With Assassin's Creed, so you got all these trinkets and buffs that you can do that will affect different damage and get different weapons. I didn't care. I didn't care. Maybe you guys will. Maybe you guys might be like, I actually like this. Pretty sure it was the same in Valhalla, but for me, I just don't care too much about that sort of thing. It's not like Kingdom Come where I actually look at where my skill points are. that feels like a proper RPG where I would actually dive more into that sort of thing. I just want good armor that looks good, powerful weapons, and I just want to continue the story. You do get guns in this game with Yasuke, which were very cool. I did like the bow and arrows, and like I said, I really enjoyed the mini games, and I actually missed using a bow and arrow. With Mirage, you didn't have any of that. That did add something to the game, but then again, I played more as Naoe, and she can't use a bow and arrow. So then I was like, I don't really want to play as Yasuke, even though he's got like the guns and he's got the bow and arrow, which I want. And then you're like, okay, so this is a mess. And I do think Ubisoft are onto something with the combat. It did feel very similar to Ghost of Tsushima, not as good as Ghost of Tsushima. It was actually fun enough. I really enjoyed the combat for what it was. It was much better than Valhalla. It just felt very arcadey with Valhalla. It just feels more like Ghost of Tsushima and the older Assassin's Creed games. If you haven't picked up an Assassin's Creed game in a while, since like Origins, Odyssey, I do think it's much better than the combat in those games. But there's stuff that they do need to bring back. For instance, a damn torch. They needed to bring back a damn torch because it is so dark in this damn game.
Flip me, is it so damn dark? Flipping hell, Ubisoft, I can't see!
No meditation to pass time, although the weather changes would happen randomly. And I felt like with the setting, even though it was beautiful when you went from snow to summer to autumn, after a while I was like, cool. I know there are things that change. Icicles, enemies would actually hear noises, which is kind of cool. That was talked about before the game came out. When you've seen it all, you're just like, okay, apart from the open world and the beautiful graphics and the dynamic weather system, what else is in this game that is gonna keep me going? And for a franchise that's been going for nearly 20 years, I expect more from the NPCs, from what you can do in the open world with the side activities. I know I keep comparing it sometimes to Kingdom Come, the NPCs. I get it, it's a totally different game, but for a franchise that's been going for that long, you would expect the NPCs would have much more to them. It was a beautiful town, and apart from the merchant, there's like 1, 2, maximum 3 other people I could speak to.
And this is what I mean by what I was saying earlier. The game looks so beautiful. The only problem is that you can't do much with these NPCs.
Apart from the enemies that you can kill that are in the bases, there was not much else to do. I was going to these shrines, getting these codec pages and praying, and there's nothing to do with the NPCs. You can hear them talk a little bit, and I'm like, basically nothing to do in this open world. Like with Red Dead 2, the NPCs were incredible, and I know that's Rockstar, but that game came out in, what, 2018? And surely, Ubisoft, you want to strive for more than just beautiful graphics. Like, you need to dive into these damn NPCs. I want it to feel like I'm doing something in this open world. Unless you're going to make it a strict story-based game like Ghost of Tsushima, like arguably the open world in that game, it was so beautiful. There wasn't much to do, but the NPCs you did have, you had certain side quests, you could save them, and I do believe in Ghost of Yotai, this is just going to double down and there'll be so much more to do. If you're going to do this RPG element and this open world stuff, you need more. But if you're just going to keep to the story and do it well. And with that aspect, they don't do any of it well. This is why it left me so frustrated. And we played that last stream, and I was planning on carrying this game on. And you guys could see what was happening. I was at that point in that live stream. I wasn't trying to make it obvious, but people were like, listen, you look bored, man. You look tired. You look like you're doing it for the sake of it. And I was like, guys, I am.
There is a lot of fun to be had for the first 10 hours. 32 hours on here. And for the first 10, 15 hours, I was like, okay, it's smaller than Valhalla, so hopefully there's not much things to do. The more and more I tried to tick off that map, the story got worse and I got tired. Game, because there are some positives.
I played 30 hours of the game and I do not want to continue the game. I do not care about continuing this game. I'm freaking bored and I'm playing other games that are just so much better. Like I'm continuing Kingdom Come, coming up to over 100 hours. I'm playing the first Berserker Kazan and my mood changed immediately. I was like, this game is so freaking good. The combat is just unbelievable and I'm enjoying it and I feel no need to go back to the game. I've deleted it off my PlayStation 5 and I was like, I will get back to it. I don't think I will. I literally don't think I'll get back to this game. And it does sadden me because I was like, it surprised me playing this game because I thought, oh, you know what, this is actually better than I thought. And I spoke to people with the community in our Discord and they're like, I've really enjoyed it. And some people have. I just can't carry on. There's just, time is too valuable for a mediocre game. And that's unfortunately where I've come to the point with Assassin's Creed Shadows. There are massive positives and some of you might really, really like it and that is great. And I'm glad if you do. And that's why I want to hear your thoughts as well. But that is basically where we've come to with myself and Assassin's Creed. If I had to score it based off my 30 hours, and I will, I would probably give it a 6. 6 because there is fun to be had. If I enjoyed it, if I really enjoyed it and went through the whole game, I probably would have given it a 7. That's based off what I've done so far. I want to know your thoughts on this game, on this somewhat review. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. Let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is one of the best games I've ever played. Shout out to Brian. Hey man, just want to say love your videos. I just discovered you a week ago and become an instant subscriber. One thing I like about you is how calm you are, especially when you talk about the DEI stuff. Most content creators have too much anger and I find you refreshing. Keep it up and also look forward to more streams. Brian, thank you for the comment, man. And I just want to say there's a lot of new people on the channel and I just want to say welcome to this community. Join the Discord. We have an amazing community. We don't get cancelled in this community, which is good. And also, get this, we can have different opinions of games and still get along. Huh? Who would have thought? Because I feel like the gaming industry is if you disagree with something, and rarely do I get comments like, I don't agree with this, unsubscribe. I'm like, okay. By the way, it's okay to disagree with me. That's what I want. This is just my opinion. I like it when people disagree. We've got members who are like, Anton, I do not agree with you, my friend. And I'm like, okay, damn. All right, let's see why. I want to know why. And we get along so well because that's what life is about. It's not about just pleasing your own expectations. This is what YouTube's about. Listen, I just love playing video games. There are some amazing games on PlayStation that I absolutely love. Anyways, I'm going to go and take off this wig before my neighbors can see me. They could probably hear me. Goodbye.